What's going on, people, and welcome back to the channel. So I'm going to do a quick match review to tonight's game, which finished Celtic 4, Falkirk 1 in the Premier Sports Cup. Celtic comfortably through to the next round of the League Cup with a 4-1 victory over John McGlynn's Falkirk at Celtic Park tonight. It's a controlled performance by Celtic, always in control. Don't think Falkirk really had enough really to trouble Celtic. I thought when we played them last year, they played a lot better, to be honest. But yeah, Celtic comfortably through. Brendan Rodgers made some changes. Trusty came in. Dane Murray came in. And who else came in? Johnny Kenny as well. Engels came in. And it was a good performance by Celtic. It was professional, like I said. Scott Bain returned to play against Celtic because obviously he left Celtic and he went to Falkirk, so he came back. So it was a quick return for him. But yeah, as you can imagine, the game started. Celtic were just dominating. Falkirk were sitting back, trying to create no space for Celtic to get into. Arnie Engels, I thought, played well tonight. Whipped in some really good crosses into the box. He had a chance where he had a free kick on the edge of the box and he hit it towards goal and it hit the underside of the post. It was really unlucky for Arnie Engels. Celtic nearly went 1-0 up there. I thought Tierney was good. Tierney whipped in some really good balls into the box. It was a really good performance again by Kieran Tierney. He was impressed. He had a shot which Scott Bain tipped away on the edge of the box. It was really unlucky. You know, Scott Bain was making really good saves. Celtic did eventually get the breakthrough. It was Dyson Maeda. It was Kieran Tierney. It was a really good move. It was a corner. It came back out. It was then floated back out to Tierney, who headed it across the box. And there was Dyson Maeda in the middle of the penalty box. Headed it past Scott Bain into the net. And it was 1-0 to Celtic. And that was the score at half-time. Celtic, comfortable. You know, Falkirk had a few half chances. From that, Kelvin Miller had a chance on the edge of the box when Celtic gave the ball away. And he hit one and Simasalo tipped it away. That was really unlucky. You know, McQuaver had a chance. McKeever had a chance. But it was straight at Simasalo. Simasalo made the save. Was easy for him, to be honest. Second half, you know, Celtic again were dominating. Really was comprehensive, to be honest. Celtic got the goal, the second goal they deserved. Alistair Johnson, who I thought was excellent tonight, really was a threat down the right-hand side, defended really well too. It was a really good goal from Alistair Johnson. You know, Falkirk tried to play out Celtic. You know, Johnson pressed the ball. You know, he won it back off. What was the guy's name? Kelvin Miller. Kelvin Miller tried to get away from the Celtic midfield, but it was robbed by Alistair Johnson, you know, and then Alistair Johnson went forward with the ball and he hit it. Really good finish into the corner. 2-0 to Celtic, and that was it, really. You know, Celtic deservedly were 2-0 up. Dane Murray then got the third goal. You know, great moment for Dane Murray. I thought he played really well tonight. Was impressed with him. You know, defended really well. He didn't really have much to do, but it was a really good goal from Dane Murray. It was a corner, whipped in, you know, Dane Murray's there, you know, really good header into the far corner. 3-0 to Celtic. That's it. Saw off Falkirk, really. Celtic's fourth goal, you know, Celtic made a few changes. Yang came on, and so did Shinya Mada. Yang created the fourth goal. It was an own goal by Henderson. It was a really good move from Yang. You know, Yang ran at the fullback, got away from him far too easily, whipped the ball in, and unfortunately hit Liam Henderson and went in. Wrong-footed Bain. And yeah, Celtic went 4-0 up. You know, Falkirk did get a goal back. It was a really good goal. Liam Scales should have done better. Liam Scales went to left-back. He did fine apart from that. It was a really good goal. Falkirk, fullback, got the ball, you know, and he hit it straight through Scales' legs and into the corner. You know, Simasalo had no chance. And that was it. Celtic saw the game out, you know. After it went 4-1, we didn't really create anything else, really. You know, I still thought we played okay, but we wanted to rest our play, and we sort of saw the game out, really. We got a really big game on Wednesday against Amirati Kirat in the Champions League qualifier after they beat Slovan Bratislava. So, yeah, it's a huge game for Celtic. You know, it'd be interesting to see who starts. Obviously, Hatate didn't play tonight, and Nygren came on Ida didn't come on at all. I don't know what that says about Adam Ida. I don't think Johnny Kenny was good tonight. I thought he was quite poor, but Shin Yamada is still early. For him, I think we need a striker. We really need a striker. We need some wingers, and we probably need another left back, because even though Tierney's been excellent since he came back, I'm always worried about him going down injured. And I don't really want Scales to play there, to be honest. It's not his natural position. But yeah, Celtic, really big game on Wednesday against this team. We don't know much about them. I don't want us to underestimate them. Do I think we'll get players in because we've got a deadline? No, I don't think we will, which is concerning. Thankfully, I'd rather we went to the away leg first and then brought it back to Celtic Park. We need to get a good result. We need to win the first leg comprehensively. You saw what Rangers did against Pilsen. They won the game at Ibrox, and that's what... Yes, they struggled in the second game, and Pilsen were unlucky not to get back into the tie. Celtic need to do something like that. They need to win the first leg comprehensively, I think. And then we'll go over to the away leg, with a good lead, hopefully. It is a long journey to go over there. I understand that. We've got Rangers that week as well, but we need to focus on the first game. It's a big game. We need to get the results in the bag. We need to get into the Champions League, because it'd be such a great achievement for Celtic. But, man of the match tonight was Alistair Johnson. I thought he was excellent. Really good performance by the Canadian. But yeah, I'll do a reaction to that game against Anamati Kirat next week. But yeah, that's it. Celtic are into the next round of the League Cup. Thanks for watching. Take care. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.